Welcome, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. We're going to go ahead and get started. Right before we jump into the content, I want to give a few of the folks that may be logging in just a few minutes late time to get set up. And while we're doing that, I just like to get just a brief idea of where everyone's logging in from. So if you could just on your control panel there, just kind of give me an indication of where you're logging in from. Looks like there's Joe in New York. Looks like we've got Steve in Chicago. A couple of folks in North Carolina. Fantastic. Looks like we've got a strong representation in the Pacific Northwest as well. A few folks in Seattle and in the Portland area. Great. Excellent. That's good to know. Um, let's go ahead and get started. Today's webinar, again, is on branding, specifically for the legal and financial services professional. And what we'd like to do is provide you a quick overview of personal branding, the concept around personal branding, and really discuss and present some thoughts around if is this the right strategy for solo practitioners like yourself. Today's webinar is brought to you by the Dynamic Biography. So after we talk about some of the concepts around personal branding, we want to introduce you to the Dynamic Biography, and then also talk to you about a very attractive offer, followed by some questions and answers. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ty Johnson, of course, and I am joined by my partner Chuck Welnick. Just a little bit of information about our backgrounds. I started my career in technology sales and marketing. I worked for some Fortune 500 and Fortune 1000 organizations, managing technology, selling technology products and services to small and medium-sized businesses, both domestically and abroad. Recently, my most recent stint was working for one of the largest web hosting providers in the world, and I was tasked with selling and delivering web enablement services to small and medium-sized businesses throughout the country. And those services included social media marketing and other marketing, security, and web management services that small businesses required to increase and improve their web presence. Um, I am also joined by my partner, Chuck Welnick. Chuck has a very extensive background in the art of persuasion and demand generation. He has focused in the past 10 years, he's been focused on working with professional service advisors, consultants, and attorneys alike in helping these individuals and their practice create demand from a digital perspective. Chuck also has an extensive background in the telecom industry, where he served in various roles from Chief Information Officer and CTO with various telecom organizations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand it over to Chuck. Chuck's going to talk a little bit about the concept of personal branding, and is this relevant to you and your specific practices. So I'm going to hand it over to Chuck, and Chuck's going to pick it up from here.